This is Sexy Funny Raw, where we talk all about the world of sex, from dating and relationships to the adult industry itself, answering all the questions you weren't even brave enough to ask Google. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sexy Funny Raw. I am your host, Sylvia Sage, and joined in studio with me today is my very good friend and fellow co-star. Give it up for Texas Patti, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, celeb.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Yeah.
I was just at your home not even 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah.
Shooting a bunch of content.
True.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And we mentioned you coming on my show.
Yeah.
And I rattled off a list of topics, and you pinpointed one very specifically that you wanted to be your topic: sex clubs. And I could not be more excited because I have never attended a sex club. So I have a million questions.
Okay.
I normally only make 10 questions, but I couldn't control myself. So there are a lot more than 10. So
Hey, shoot.
let's roll. Okay. First off, how do you even find these places? Where do you begin?
I would say there is a big difference between the United States and Germany.
Okay.
So, as some know, some maybe not, but
Yeah.
original, I'm from Germany.
Yes.
And in Germany, I would say it's just a thing.
Okay.
So more people are like more open-minded.
Yes.
Swinger, lifestyle related.
Yes.
So in Germany, it's pretty easy. You just go on Google and then
Really?
and then you put like swinger club inside, and then they're like,
That's a Google search.
it's like, yeah.
I feel like here that would put you on some watch list.
I know. In Germany, though, it's different. So
Okay.
you need a special, let's say, license for it. So
To own and run.
exactly, yeah,
Okay.
to own and run it. So even like in Germany, brothels are allowed. It's a
Okay.
normal thing.
Got it.
So it is kind of the same license you need
Interesting.
as if you having a swinger club. It's a little bit less than a brothel because obviously you don't pay the people who are coming there. You get paid because then it's actually like a nightclub, right? But usually
So you're paying an entry fee.
you pay, yeah. How it works in Germany is you pay an entry fee, which depends on the club. It's mostly per couple because the most clubs are set up as couple clubs.
Yeah, I've heard that mostly.
Yeah. And then you have like threesome nights and something like
Oh.
this. So there can be also like single woman or single guys
Okay.
with an extra fee, or like just a +1, let's
Okay.
say, for the couple. And there's always this internal rule: if you come with a guest, let's say an extra girl or man, you have to leave with them.
Got it.
So then you don't have this weird, because what they
Going to hook up culture.
exactly, because some, people sometimes just want to get in, and then they were like, oh, you're a couple, what do I have to pay to get in? And then you have all those weirdos in the club, and you don't want to have that.
Got it.
So actually the couple kind of takes the responsibility for the +1, let's say, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah?
it does. Yeah. They're your responsibility for the night.
Exactly. Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
tabs, take them home. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, if you're just coming there and there's a person you really know
Connect with.
super well,
Yeah.
and he wants to, nobody will say like, oh no, he has to leave. Then it's kind of agreement. But I think this is upfront the best way to avoid some weird people
Yeah.
coming into the club, stay there and make it more like a free brothel night, just like fucking around. Because the thing is, if you go into a swinger club, the most people have, in my opinion, the wrong understanding about it.
Yeah.
You go there and it's not like, oh, I want to go there because I want to fuck. That's the main topic
Yeah.
for sure. But it's more a lifestyle. You're together with other people, you party, you have fun, and you don't have any discussions if you want to fuck another person, because
You don't have the discussion.
you don't, because
it's already a given.
exactly, because everyone is there and knows like, hey, we are down for that.
Got it.
And if the chemistry works out, let's for sure you talk about this. But
Yeah.
if you go to a normal nightclub, it's mostly this hey, are you single? Hey, where do you live? There's like, oh, are you down for a one-night stand? And we're like, oh my gosh, it takes forever.
That's actually kind of nice, though, that it takes out all of the guessing. You're like, we're
Right?
here. We're,
Yeah, and they're like,
DTF.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's like just no strings attached.
Yeah.
Because you don't obviously don't have your phone with you. So it's also.
Oh, you don't? You're not allowed to have phones?
No. Because of
Okay.
pictures and stuff like
Got
that.
it.
Which I also
Incriminating.
like.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there are a lot of people who are big players in the regular world. And they are just there to experience.
That was going to be a question. Is like celebrity sightings.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And there's no evidence then.
Right.
Because and if someone catches you when you pull out your cell phone, take pictures or whatever, you immediately.
You're done.
Yeah, you're done. No one is saying something if you go to the side, take your phone out, exchange numbers. That's
Okay.
another thing.
That was a question too. Yeah.
But the most of the times I think when you go to a club, it's not a thing anymore because everyone has the phone with them. But when you go to a swinger club in Germany, it's pretty common that you go to the bartender and ask for a pen and a piece of paper.
Okay.
Which, think about it. When did you do that the last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an actual child, but yes. Yeah.
See, but that's still a thing.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit old school, but
Yeah.
also like on the other hand, I really like it.
Yeah.
So how it usually works, it's really you go in there, you pay your entrance fee, whatever
Yeah.
it is. It depends. It's something, but it starts at $50 and it goes up to $200 for a
Okay.
night.
Okay.
And
Just depending on the club or depending on.
no, it really depends on the club.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Because you have like casual clubs, then you have like the high class quality club.
Okay.
And
Do
which,
different things happen at different clubs? Like the level of club? Like maybe like.
no, it's more a theme thing.
Oh,
so
okay.
you have like weekends where you have like all neon or like kink weekends
Yeah.
or BDSM weekends, something
Okay.
like this. But I would say for sure there are special clubs for only kink or like only let's say the gangbang
Yeah.
kind of type. But if you go to a regular club, they're all the same. It's more a theme thing.
Is there ever like. So I'm thinking like there's always some sort of like live entertainment. So is there always like someone hired to do like a show of some sort, or is it not that at all? It's kind of just like, because I'm thinking if I'm in a club and like there's like a DJ or something or dancers or whatever, is there anything like that happening there that's like other entertainment, or is it really just people like talking amongst themselves?
So it's literally like you have a DJ there.
Okay.
So it's kind of a regular club.
Okay.
The only thing is when you enter the club, you pay your entrance fee.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a huge room. There are little lockers inside.
Okay.
So you take your clothes off. And
You just get naked.
You can get naked or
down
you
to you're
follow the dress
comfortable.
code, which
Got
is like for the night. So you change
Okay.
completely.
Okay.
And then you lock your stuff in.
Okay.
And then you go to the party area.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a DJ and everything.
Okay.
Usually there's no like
Show.
entertainment, like
Okay.
shows on stage, because what it is, and this is what I personally think is super fascinating.
Yeah.
They're really people, they just love what they're doing. So you don't need the live entertainment
Yeah.
because
It's
the
there.
regular people are doing it. So they have a pole and stuff.
Okay.
And they're like regular people, and in their private time, they love pole dancing, for
Okay.
example. But
Okay.
where can you do it? If you go to a regular club with your friends, everyone was like, hey, bitch.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that?
Yeah.
In a swinger club, different thing.
Okay.
And they love the attention and stuff. So it's literally super easy going.
Yeah.
The only person who is kind of paid for entertainment is the DJ.
Okay.
And
Got
the
it.
rest is usually, and again, it depends on the theme
Mm-hmm.
for the night, but goes with itself.
So Sorry, so many questions. I'm like, haven't even gotten to my cards because I just personally have so many questions. Are people like, so you say that there's like a bar area and there's like the party area. Are people like genuinely like, if I were standing at the bar getting a drink and I like the guy behind me, can I just lift my skirt and he can fuck me at the bar? Or do we have to go to a bedroom?
No, you can't. He can fuck you on the bar, like not behind the bar, but yeah, no, wherever you want. And that's the beauty of it.
Okay.
Because you don't have to, for sure, there's a little bit of communication, but it's not about like, hey, do we want to find a place where we can hide or whatever?
Right.
It's just like, hey, you know what? Lift my skirt, penis out, let's do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's literally
So then
that.
is everyone tested coming into it, or is it just like bowls of condoms everywhere?
Bowls of condoms.
Bowls of condoms. Okay.
There is a rule in general what says everything without condom. If you fuck someone or try to fuck someone without a condom, you immediately get kicked out of a club. They're super strict in it.
Got it.
For sure. Then there are couples, for example. They don't have sex with condom. Of course not. But let's say it like this: who's going to a club and fuck her own husband?
Yeah.
So usually you fuck with other people. And also because of the whole environment, you experience super quick. Okay, is there a connection? Do they know each other? Or like, is there a couple or not? So if a random guy or whatever just pops into a threesome and just try to put his penis somewhere, it's like, nah.
Okay.
We don't do that here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the internal policy.
Got it. So everyone kind of knows. There's kind of like a hidden law book that you just kind of abide by these certain things.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It's nowhere really written. I would say if you go to the different sites and you read through it, 100% it is written somewhere.
Yeah.
But everyone knows.
Okay.
If you just go there, you know it.
Probably because someone has, well, especially here in the States if you're going, because it's obviously much different here in the States. So I assume if you're going to a sex club here in the US, it's probably because you've been referred by somebody. I don't feel like it's something you can just Google. Maybe there it is, and I don't know. I haven't Googled it. But
to be honest, I never went.
Here?
Yeah. I only went here to like private parties, like from friends of us or something. But that's for sure super different.
Yeah.
I know that is that by law in the States, it's everything is super different. In Germany, it's just open. It's like an entrance fee, pay that, get in, have fun, and that's it. Yeah.
Interesting. I know there are clubs here because I've had people reach out to me and ask me to go, but I'm honestly scared. I'm not going to lie. It's very intimidating, even for someone like me who's very open about sex.
But it's different. Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it is here, but I remember my first time, I mean, that was before I did porn and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was super shy. Actually, I was sitting on a chair and just watching. And I felt like, oh my gosh.
And that's okay to just be a voyeur and take it all in?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some people come up to you and it's like, oh, are you lonely? You're sitting alone. Do you want to join us? Like on a friendly kind of basis.
Got it.
And usually I would say the German culture is when you go out, on parties or whatever, people are with themselves. Or with the people that came. They're not like, hey, what are you doing? Not super friendly is the wrong word because we are friendly, but we are not in here it's just different. If people just randomly talk to you.
Yes.
When I just got here, I was like,
I don't know you.
Did I do something wrong? Like, do we know each other? Which I like, don't get me wrong, but the culture in Germany is just different.
Yeah.
So if you're going there in a swinger club, I would say everyone is kind of equal. And that makes also it so much easier to talk to people.
Yeah. What about jealousy? Does jealousy ever play a role for you personally, or do you ever see it take place in the club? Do you ever see like fights break out? Like, yes.
There's always drama.
Okay.
Which is, I would say, normal. It's a
Okay.
normal thing.
Yeah.
Because
Alcohol's probably involved.
yeah,
Okay.
because that's also a thing what the most people don't know. So if you go to a swinger club in Germany, alcohol is for free. So you don't pay extra for your drinks.
Oh.
And all the drinks are for free.
Dangerous.
It is. The funny thing is, I would say Germans are better under control,
Okay.
like people who are not used to it. Because for us, it's kind of a normal thing if you pay a lot of money for a party, which is obviously not, but you know what I'm saying. Not like $5 to get in. So like 50, 100, 150 or whatever. They kind of expect that everything is included. And not only the drinks are included, there's always food. So
that's
there's a
good.
great catering
Good.
and like a lot of stuff is happening there. Even if you're not down for fucking someone or like the wrong
Just
people are just
sit
there.
around and eat. Watch
Yeah,
people fuck. Yeah.
exactly. And then just look around, right? So when it comes to jealousy, I would say it's a couple club usually.
Yeah.
And I think we always have we girls, I would say, we are mostly the problem. We always need
See, I would think it would be the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would think it would be men getting a little too like macho, but I can see that women getting like, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more about like, hey, all the attention on me, please.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the problem. And then when it comes to sex, even if you talk about that and clearing your boundaries up front, there will be always problems in just miscommunication or like misunderstanding. I mean, if you're like with a bunch of people, even Patrick and me had it in the, oh my God, it's probably 15, 17 years ago. So we had it was a private party, just hang out there with a couple of people. And there was this one couple where I personally thought, yeah, not my cup of tea. She didn't talk to me at all. She just ignored me. And then I said to Patrick, like, yeah, oh, no, it's not happening. And that was pretty clear. And then I went to the restroom. And when I came back, Patrick kissed her.
Oh, no.
And it was just a kiss, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
I said I don't like her.
Exactly. She was waiting exactly for that moment, right?
Yeah.
Which is stupid for sure.
Yeah.
But it's always what, and yeah, alcohol is involved as well. So it happens. And we had also like friends who were like in the club and was pretty sure, hey, sounds funny, but hey, it's okay if you fuck other girls, but no anal sex with other girls. Hey, listen, there are all those rules, right? And especially in that moment,
Yeah.
she entered the club because the room because she wanted to see, hey, where is my boy? And then she was like, are you fucking this girl in the ass? That was the only rule. So for people, I think it's like, oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it's like, it's a thing. And I mean, you're talking about emotions, we're
Yes.
talking about sex, and at one point it clicks in your head and your brain is not working anymore, and you just do stuff you would usually not do, probably. Yeah, so jealousy.
Do you think it's mainly like if there's a fight, it's between the couples who came there together, or do you ever think it's like your situation where you're like, no, I don't like that girl, like she's the one that's my issue? Do you think it's the couples or like the couples versus each other or couples versus other couples?
Couples versus each other.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
It's not other couples. It's more that they're, and I mean, even if it's only sex, we're still talking about something different. It's different as you have sex in your own bedroom. So, and also location wise or whatever. And sometimes it's like you having sex with another person and then a third person just joins. And then there's this awkwardness where you think like, okay, this is against the rule, but I don't want to say no because it's pretty nice. I want to discuss it right now. Okay, let's give it a shot. So this kind of stuff just happens. Yeah.
So interesting. Okay. So what, I mean, I feel like we've kind of broken it down, like what I can expect to see there. We walk in, we put our stuff away, get dressed down to whatever you want, go to the party room. Are there also like side quest rooms?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so what do those involve?
So you have one big area where the bar is, where the party area, dance floor, stuff like that, and the DJ. Then you have usually a room where catering and stuff is happening. And then you have other theme rooms, which they put a lot of effort inside. So you have, for example, like the Egypt room or like, I don't know, the Paradise room. And then it's really nice made up or like beach theme or something like this. So you have a lot of different rooms, and you have also rooms which I personally don't need, but okay. You have also rooms where if someone is in, you can kind of, I don't know how to say it, like plug something at the door at the entrance, which says "Don't disturb."
Oh, okay.
So this is actually for couples, which I totally respect. New to the whole
Want a little
swinger
bit privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just get the experience from all the other people.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to the action, they want to be on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't mind if other people watching them, but they don't want that other people joining them.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have other theme rooms. You don't have to fuck each other like on the dance floor or wherever.
Yeah.
You have other rooms where you can go. Yeah.
So I guess the real reason I'm asking that question is because this is a gay man telling me this, and this, I don't know that it was like a swingers club so much as like a sex club brothel type of situation, but the situation he was in is he was in one of like the side rooms, but he was basically in like tied up in a sex swing, and just people could come in and just fuck him, and he was just tied up in a swing, and he just let people come in and like one by one fuck him and then leave the room. I'm like, that to me is mind blowing. I'm like, is that a normal thing that's happening at these clubs, or is that kind of like a far fetched club that he's at?
I would not say. I would say everything is possible.
Okay.
And yes, you have people like this as well who are like just tied to whatever.
Okay.
And then usually the person who's with them there is like, hey, feel free to use him.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a thing where I personally think it's the only place where they can do whatever they wanted to do.
No judgment.
Without getting judged.
Yeah.
And for me, no thanks. But hey, why not? I like that because they break out of their normal habits.
Yeah. I also say like, I'm also a big advocate of like try things sexually at least once, because you never know what you're really going to be into.
100%.
Porn opened my eyes so much. Like, I wouldn't have done half of the things I do sexually now had it not been for porn introducing me to it, because I was like, oh, I don't know if that's, I like this. You know? Like,
exactly.
Big fan. So I think it's interesting to try stuff like that. Like, do I think that I want to be in a swing and let multiple men come in and fuck me? Maybe not, but if I could pick the lineup of men, yes. You know, like maybe I don't want it to be random men, but if I could pick the 5 or 10 men who just get to come in and fuck me in the swing, I could be into that, you know? So I just think that stuff like that, although out of my realm, and not something that I think I would definitely have a shock factor if I walked in and saw it. But again, I wouldn't judge it, you know, because I'm also now, 11 years in porn. I'm like, to each their own, you know, like who knows what you're into. And I don't think you know what you're into until you've tried it and can decide not into it.
No, 100% agree. And I think we all people who also grow up with a special thing like, oh, only sex with like boy girl, that's the thing. And then you experience other stuff, because before I did porn, I got a lot of experience like in the swinger life. And I loved it because as you said, I tried a lot of things. And for some things I was like, yeah, no, I tried it 2 or 3 times. No, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
But there are other things where it's like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. What's
and
your no list? What's your top no that you've tried that
my
you're not
my
into?
my top no is really fisting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried it.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick is a tiny guy with tiny hands.
Yeah.
So I tried it with Patrick and I was like, yeah, I
Not
don't know.
into it.
Maybe he's doing it wrong. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it was just not a thing.
Yeah.
And then I had a shoot with Tommy Pistol.
Ah, love him.
Yeah, I mean, he's the same size like Patrick.
Yeah.
So it was for kink. And then we talked about it, and he said, what about fisting? I was like, not a big fan of it. And he said, I have really small hands. And then I thought like, hey, listen, I guess he's a pro. Maybe
Yeah.
it's different. Let's
Yeah.
try it out.
No.
No. And then he was like, how is it? I was like, I don't like it. He was like, okay, we skip that. So it's really not a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Which is another great thing about porn. You can try something and be
Right?
like, nah, I'm not into it. And then you
Yeah.
never do it again.
and you try it with different people too,
Yeah.
just to figure
Yeah.
out like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe it's because of him or it's because of me.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's because of me.
It's just a no.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to answer the person because obviously it's very much about like keeping people private. But obviously you said you have run into celebrities. Was it a celebrity that shocked you or did you think, nah, this seems fitting?
Shocked. Definitely
Oh,
shocked.
Okay, now I wanna
Because for me, it was a woman.
Okay.
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 And she is usually not the fun person.
Oh.
So she's not the person who's like entertaining in TV as a fun, entertaining person. So she's always super serious, but not so serious because I guess we all have our experience. I
Right.
would say lawyers, bankers, and stuff. They always have some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
But she's kind of something in between,
Okay.
but super serious.
Okay.
And when I saw her there, I was like, does she know where she is?
Is she lost?
We have to explain her. I think she doesn't know that.
Ma'am,
But
I don't
it
know
was-
if you know where you are right now, but you're in danger. No.
Yeah. But obviously she knew. And then there were like other people from the music world, so
Okay.
singers, and where I probably would not expect that. But then at the end, I was like, yeah, hey.
Makes sense.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
They're young. They try themselves out. Hey, yeah, totally okay. But
Yeah.
for this one person, I was really like, I don't know. I
Interesting.
really don't know.
Yeah. So then do you see the same people pretty regularly when you go to these clubs or is it like new faces every time?
It is a pretty small world.
Okay. I kind of figured it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same like our little porn world
Okay.
where the rest of the world thinks like, oh, our
It's so-
industry
yeah.
is huge.
You're like,
and then
nah,
you're
there's like
"Nah."
20 of us. Yeah.
We're just rotating in a really good circle, so you don't see that's only 20 people. Yeah,
True.
so it's kind of the same.
Okay.
There are
Okay.
new people popping up for sure every time, but the most of them, they are just there.
Just
they,
hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most of our friends, to be honest, like from Patrick and me, we met them in
There.
swinger clubs.
Got
yeah.
it. Okay.
Which is nice because they're usually super open-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
So especially when you do jobs like we do,
Mm-hmm.
it's always
People are very quick to judge us.
Yes,
Yeah. So it's nice
exactly.
when you find a group of people that you're like, oh, you don't think I'm a disgusting, vile piece of shit?
exactly Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We could be friends.
Nice.
This is so nice.
yeah,
you.
it's like that.
Okay.
The only difference I would say between them and us is more they live
Normal
this-
lives.
They,
Normal.
yeah, they have normal lives, and usually they try to hide their
Knowing
private
you.
lives from their normal lives because nobody can know. So sometimes it's kind of funny because if you come together and then you become friends and there are birthdays and you go to the birthdays and then I was like, oh, I never saw you. Where did you met? Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Shit. So
You need a good backstory.
yeah, so usually our backstory is something about like Patrick. Patrick was in the army for a long time, so we try to make it work like this.
Yeah.
Something around. But it's always funny when it comes to that point. Yeah, I was like, where did you met? Yeah, actually, she was fucking someone else, but I can't tell it you. So I was like, yeah.
As you're talking to their aunt, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, do people bring their own like supplies, like sex toys, lubes, condoms, or is that all there? Or do you bring stuff?
So when it comes to sex toys, some people bring their own sex toys. In general, they don't. Condoms are always provided there, but we all know there are like some people who need their own condoms because of size and whatever. Yes. And that's not it's okay. Like nobody is judging you. Or like, for example, a friend of mine, she has this latex allergy. So usually what you get in clubs is like the regular condom. So if you need something like special, even if it comes to lube or whatever, just bring your own.
But
and
they
that's
do have it
totally
there?
fine. They do. Yeah. Usually in clubs you can ask and they have sex toys there and they always clean it up. You can clean it by yourself and stuff like that. And I think also a thing what the most people don't know, they're like showers and everything is provided. Towels are provided.
Oh, that's
so,
nice.
Yeah. So it's not like when you...
Yeah, because you're not going home disgusting.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you want to
super clean and yeah.
We are out of time, but I'm not done with questions. I'm gonna do one. Okay, two more questions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I told you I had a bajillion. Because I'm raring for this episode. Okay, what would you have to do to get kicked out of the club?
Disrespectful.
Okay.
That's really the main thing. Just disrespectful other people. It doesn't matter if it's a couple, single or whatever, but this is really, and for sure, try to fuck someone without a condom. It's just a no go. Absolutely no go.
And then you're gone forever?
Yeah, you're gone forever from this club, and usually you're gone forever from all the other clubs because you know how it is.
Yeah.
Bad things are spreading super fast.
Yeah, so watch your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen at a sex club?
The craziest thing I ever saw, Patrick and I, we went to a party. And we were not 100% sure if we want to go there or not.
Okay.
Anyways, we did it. And it was, we met all in an afternoon. Not usually you meet at night and then you have a party. Afternoon, there was cake and coffee and tea. Everyone was super dressed up, which was super weird. Everyone was super dressed up. And then... let's say at 6 p.m., something like that, it shifted. And then you had a whole thing where like this color means that, this color means that. Then you had like wristbands. So you could pick the wristband. So let's say blue means I'm open to girls and boys.
Okay.
So you put blue on.
Yeah.
I'm open to a gangbang. You put yellow on or whatever. So... you could choose each single color.
I hope you got a cheat sheet.
Yeah, right?
Wait,
no,
what
it
does
was
that mean?
all over display because like,
okay.
just wait, what was it?
Yeah. Wait, you're into what? Hold on.
Let me look it up.
Yeah.
And then everyone dressed differently in their party outfit.
Okay.
It was a nice location. Patrick and I, we just cruised like through the rooms and saw what's going on. And then there was this couple who, I don't know if that is BDSM or I don't know because I'm not a big, if I say something wrong, please excuse me. But there was this couple, super young. He had latex gloves on. She was completely naked, bondage all over. Then he put like, I don't know if I can, I will say it. If I can't say it, interrupt me.
Yeah.
Then he put like kind of this hooks through her back, strapped her up. So she was kind of flying.
Naked.
Completely, through the skin. Yeah. Then she was flying like back and forth. And then I was like, oh my gosh. So it was a little bit more, I don't know if that is a sexual thing or
not
is
for
it
me.
like,
I mean, not
oh
mine.
my gosh.
Yeah.
And then he got a boner. So obviously it was a couple. So she was kind of tied up, flying like under the ceiling. From her skin. Then she went down and then they fucked. And
While she's hanging?
She was still like hooked, but down on the floor. Other people wanted to join. And then he said, you can only touch her if you put the gloves on. So, and then everyone was naked in this latex gloves. And she really enjoyed. I talked afterwards with her because I was like, this is weird, girl. So I talked with her and she said like, oh no, it's just a thing. Like this pain and everything turns
It's
me.
like her rush.
It is. Yeah. And for me, it was no judging. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It was more about, I need to understand that. Because for me, it's like I just felt pain while looking at it. But for her, it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So people touched her all over her body with this gloves on, and she had oil all over and only fingering with the gloves on. And so it was super specific and everything. I would say that was not, I don't want to say weird in a bad way, but
different.
Super different.
Yeah.
Where like, okay, this is what sex could also mean.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, my mind is just absolutely blown. I could probably sit here for the next 2 hours and ask more questions, but I know we are 100% out of time. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of this. Who knows? All right. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you on social media.
You can find me easy all over TikTok, Instagram. It's just Texas Patti, one word with an I at the end. And Twitter is Texas_Patti.
Love it. Thank you so much for coming out and doing this show and for educating me. And maybe I'll come be your +1 sometime.
Hey, if you ever come to Germany, let's do that.
All right. We're in for it. All right, guys. That is it for today. Thank you so much. And until next time, adios.